Arudia, an ancient land where gods walk among men. A living, breathing high fantasy world that we want to put into your hands. But we cannot do this alone. In order to bring you back to what tabletop is all about, combat, exploration, adventure, we need your help to bring it to life. By supporting us on Patreon, you can support this project and the cast of Moonskull, with our promise that we will answer to the only people that matter. You. Legend Seeker. Your legend starts here. Forge your path. Shape your destiny.
We're transitioning over. Now we're live, even though my video has to catch up because it's 5 hours behind because of the YouTube app. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. It's good to have everyone back, except for Mega, who's still pretending like he is on vacation. In reality, he is probably
more than us. Bullshit.
Yeah, he's probably painting Warhammer minis, and that is judgment call.
Which is appropriate because you're gonna have to like Warhammer drop ship him into fucking wherever we are next time.
Yeah, well, I think we got a couple of characters. We reverse engineer a couple of new abilities, but that's everything. We'll get to that when the time is appropriate, and that won't be for another week because he has chosen his family over other nerds. And boo. Everyone boo that man in chat. Right. Anyway, before we get started, Frost, how are you doing?
I am doing well. It's hot for here. It's 91 and really humid. So it's not fun to be outside. So I'm like, hey, indoors, this will work. I like it. So yeah, as long as you guys keep me here for a few hours, we're good.
Nice. We'll do our best. Yeah, it is. It's 100 and the feel like is 116 in Memphis right now. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, this midday gaming, like it's a little strange, except for the fact that I don't have to deal with 90-degree early afternoon. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, God. Well, how are you doing other than that?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to keep going with this thing, man. I say it every week. EBERRON, he keeps drawing me back. It pulls me back in.
It's like crack.
Crack. I don't know. I'm excited to explore a new continent too. I haven't been to Zendrik in a game, so this is gonna be fun.
Oh, right on. Nice. I hope you guys have a good time. Zendrik is slightly terrifying, but you know,
a good time, quote unquote.
Yeah. It's a great place to visit. Not really. Sendragon, how are you doing?
Doing well. Happy to be back. It's only like in the 70s here, so much better than other people. But
bro,
yeah, Ashen's realizing is all the travel brochures he's been reading, none of them have any reviews on Zendrik because no one who goes there comes back and writes about it. So he's a little bit concerned, but you know.
I didn't know Ash could read.
Oh man.
Well, yeah, Ash can read, and Railvane can't color coordinate. But hey, we don't talk about those things.
Wow, I was gonna say it's just a picture brochure,
right?
Show some really big people, some toucans, and some trees, and then it's just a black page for the last.
According to his other reading material, it keeps showing huge tracts of land here and available in Zendrik.
That's a true statement. Exactly. Zendrik is fine. It's a giant continent, and we'll get over to that side of it. It has, Stormreach and a few other outposts, and other than that, yeah, you're looking at the turn of the century. I guess I got to be very specific now. We've already turned a century, so turn of last century. During the
so what I'm hearing is,
phase.
No taxes.
No taxes.
Right. Yeah, that's yes. Exactly. No taxes.
No taxes, just protection money.
That's right. All right. We had John Gordon sent an image in, and first off, you guys get a hope if you need hope because of John sparing you. Technically I get fear, but it's okay. You're well stocked.
Need hope.
You can we'll give you enough fear.
Yeah, it's all good. But this is the picture he sent in, and this is essentially what I call like and subscribe.
Find me in my LinkedIn.
That's just the right material for Ash.
Oh, wow.
Right.
It's huge tracts of land, man. That's what's available.
Like all these innocent silver flame nuns. How dare you?
He's their favorite friend because there's no commitment, there's no emotional attachment.
Right. Right. They're also looking at the screen because he's looking at his good friend Kasimir, who's taking a selfie with
The shark.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Also,
for the
if you're
ride
not aware
back
of
and
the
getting eaten by that shark.
I mean, the meme makes me a little uncomfortable because it's a reverse polarization of a very famous meme. So anyway, before we get banned, let me click
Yep.
that off. Yeah, we're not gonna get banned. No one cares.
It's not
Oh, okay. Whew, we're off as fast as possible. When last we left, the three of you rapscallions, after murdering your way through part of House Cannith's workshop, you absconded with an experimental craft. It managed to not leak. You had a little bit of underwater adventure. You get to see some life. We kind of just breeze through that because the journey is not as important as the destination in many cases. And that's true with here, especially when you're locked underwater. And you managed to come up to what Cannith had labeled visibility depth, using a system of refractory mirrors in a tube, and you beheld the city of Stormreach. The notable things about Stormreach that are obvious from just the go before you guys pull into harbor in a stolen device that doesn't technically exist on EBERRON. There is a House Lyrander docking tower that is part of Stormreach.
Bastards.
As well as the usual house stations. There's a Cannith workshop. All the things you could expect. It's a little more rugged here, and Zendrick is definitely not the place to play around. And I would say that Stormreach, for your mental image, is going to be like Nairobi circa 19. Actually, they go Mombasa to have a seaport. It's like Mombasa in like the 1910s to 1920s.
You're going to have so many carpets in this sub because we're going to be
That's
forced to buy
right.
every carpet that every person in the market gives us because we can't say no.
My friend.
It'll help with the leaking.
Oh, man. And, gentlemen, I push it over to you.
Remind me, we've
Yes.
been to Zendrick. That's where all of this kooky thing started, right?
No. This all started in Kabara.
Why am I thinking? Sorry. For
I
some
don't know.
reason, I was thinking
There were giant runes and stuff like that. Zendrick like markings and things there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was the lizard? Wait, what were they?
Yeah, the black
folk.
scale lizard folk.
Yeah, those lizard folk were the ones who had their village around it.
Yep.
Okay.
Totally different, man. All cultures that aren't Orient are the same. Oh my god!
Right? Oh no, I didn't write this. Keith Baker wrote it.
Oh, what a bastard!
The submersible.
Yes.
Since we've been traveling for a few days here, did it have anything like shoreline maps or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't really ready for the what would be labeled as the testing phase that you completed.
And does it have a way of remaining at least submerged or partially submerged and then allowing us to see what's around us, like a
Yes, of
periscope or
course,
something like that?
Absolutely, yeah. That's easy enough.
I don't want to pull up to the city of Stormreach and a thing that we just stole from them, because I'm not that much of a dick. To be honest, I don't want to rub it in Lyrander's face that we're way better than them in all respects. So, gentlemen, I propose that we do a bit of scanning, see if there is a way for us to disembark away from prying eyes, whether it's at night or far away or something, so that we don't have a bunch of Lyrander scum trying to take back what is rightfully ours.
We stole it fair and square. Right. So we park out here near some rocks or somewhere, and whatever we do, we leave it here, and we hope that these people don't take off with it, right?
Right. You've been looking this thing over. Do you know some way that we can keep it from just like floating away without us needing to tie it off to something?
We could probably anchor it, but
does it have an anchor?
We could probably also disengage the elemental, technically.
Mm-hmm.
But that won't prevent the current from taking us away. Well, if it has an anchor, of course, we drop that anchor.
Yeah, let's find out if it has an anchor or any kind of belaying, like to keep itself in position underwater.
Yes, there is an anchor, because that would be the emergency method of sustaining it at whatever depth is prescribed, for your anchorage needs. The anchor, from your perspective, you understand that their anchorage is they're using a methodology of a portable hull. So the chain runs out, but there's no way of knowing how much chain is there unless you try to deliberately run it all out into the deepest trench possible. So you have that. However, there's also a system in place that you can set it to a depth, and then you can cause it to hover in the water, and it will remain in one spot at all times using the elemental as well as some magic that will keep the ballast just perfect, but it will maintain itself in one spot.
I vote we go for that much more easy way of dealing with this situation. And then as far as getting out of this, do we need to surface in order to disembark?
There's two ways that you've discovered of getting out. You can have it on the surface, which is how you guys got into it. So you can exit out the hatch there. There's a forward hatch also on top of the vessel that would allow you to come out. However, there's also there's a hatch in the forward compartment of this thing where it looks like they had been developing it into some kind of weapons room. And there is a hatch that you could use to come out while submerged under the water. And you guys were given a couple of items just to jog your memory, if that was a route you wanted to take.
Right. Wasn't it like water breathing potions or something like that? I definitely want
water breathing elixirs.
Yeah, like I personally want to leave this thing submerged a good deal, leave while it's submerged, and either try to hold our breath all the way up or that kind of thing, and come out on land a little bit away from the city so nobody sees us.
So no submerging at all.
Yeah, you vote against me. That's fine.
No, I was just going to suggest that if we did submerge or we popped up, we could let someone out so they didn't have to waste their potion, let them swim, and then go down and then shoot the other ones out the tube.
Yeah, but, you guys can go on without me. I'll come out on my own.
Well, I was thinking you go off the top because you can fly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's probably not smart to watch, somebody somewhere, some jerk of a fisherman is going to be watching. So let's just stay underwater.
We can stay close to the water. Yeah, well, we will escape this craft and use the fewest number of water breathing potions as we need.
All right, easy enough. So you can theoretically, you could bring it to a partial surface, and that would clear enough of that forward bow to come up and out for you, and then your team could take it back down.
If they can one person would need to go back in and resubmerge if we needed to have everybody come back and run to it and get into it without a potion afterwards, I suppose.
Yeah, sure.
Not that I think we're going to be running down a hill chased by natives saying, start the plane, Josh, start the plane.
And my only thought was if I needed to be the one to submerge it, since I'm the one technically running the elemental.
Ooh, that is an interesting question. You have a bonus to you have a more natural approach to handling these elemental items just because of the house you belong to. Technically, anyone can take control of an elemental vessel, but they have to have, there's usually a helm device attached to it, or there's another method of doing so. And to be the easy thing is that Kaz, you have developed almost an uncanny rapport with the elemental, and just from messing around with it, you went back there and you were dealing with that area, and the entire journey underwater, it's just you started developing an empathic bond with this thing.
Cool.
Excellent. Now I know who I play solitaire with.
There you go.
Yeah. If he's got that, then I will definitely take the route of not having to swim, and I will arrive on shore dry.
Yeah, and not be suspicious or mocked.
Don't be suspicious.
All right.
And I will offer actually to take Ash with me as we fly across the surface of the water.
All right.
As my newly upgraded dragon mark will allow me to do just that.
Nice.
Carry you like a pretty princess.
Like 1983's Superman with Lois Lane.
Yep. We hold hands together. We Peter Pan it.
All right. I assume you're going to come off of a safe distance and then, just, touch down somewhere and then walk your way into the open port of Storm Reach, correct? Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. Kaz, you're going to bring it back down and hopefully pull it off to a safe spot, and then just scuttle yourself out and come up to the shore.
Yep, just make sure it's at a good depth, that if the tide does go in and out, that we're not suddenly low tide. Yeah. Everyone's hey,
why did I crash into?
It's definitely a depth that would be a little more concerning without water breathing potions, or an ability to understand how far down even 10 meters can be underwater. So we'll do that. Are you three going to meet in a spot? Because essentially you could bring it up, the two of you rock it out and touch down, and then let Kasimir, pull offshore, go into hover mode, and then come out.
That's right. Yeah, we would have scouted out a place to meet up, and then Ash and I, or at least I, and hopefully Ash will help me, make sure that this place is committed to memory and mark it in a way so that we have a point of reference to go out from to get back to the submersible that will not be seen by us.
Sure, easy enough. In setting down in the jungle and getting you guys together, this will be easy. Kaz, you are soaking wet. You just did the Michael Phelps coming up out of the water. So
tiniest Michael
smell
Phelps.
Like a dog.
It just is what it is. However, you gentlemen are making your way into the city of Stormreach, and the most notable part of Stormreach, besides the strange architecture, and some of it is just built too big for humanoids that are using it. Clearly, this place was once the domain of much larger creatures, and everyone knows the legends that it's the homeland of the giants. But it's the exotic aromas that just roll over you. There are spices and scents in the air that you are just not accustomed to, being from mainland Khorvaire, much less Sharn has a whole different scent to it. If you ever, you're walking down the streets of a major city in Sharn where there's a urine and feces every 4 or 5 feet. But this has that open air. You got the sea breeze running in, and so there's that salt on the air. Kaz, your skin has that, you're starting to dry a little bit, and you've got that little bit of crust on wherever the seawater touched.
Perfect.
But there is Zendrick before you, and it is a moderately sized city, but it is laid out It's spread out where Sharn is tall. Stormreach is just large. It covers a large footprint. And honestly, for the first time in many, many days and months, this is entirely in your hands. So what are we doing?
Well, first, gentlemen, we should likely find somewhere where we can stay the evening, get ourselves established within this place. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be sleeping out on the street when the locals come by to do their thing in the evening before they lay themselves down. I know Ash prefers to be covered in poo. I do not. So,
Silence is compliance.
Unfounded rumor. Unfounded rumor.
I'll start looking around, kind of looking around for some maybe a wisecracking, knowledgeable street kid or a surly but kind-hearted shopkeep.
Yeah, there's urchins running around, and you have the strings of the street merchants. You've got the vendors. You've got the folks who are grilling whatever the hell they're grilling. And yes, the image is true. Overhead, there are these massive reptilian creatures that fly about. That I don't think any of you really have too much knowledge about the design mechanisms of Zendrick and the exotic life found here, but they are definitely not birds. They have no feathers.
I don't appreciate this at all.
But yes, you have a shopkeeper.
Just want to get
looking
info.
For? Are you looking for
places to stay?
What kind of person are you looking for?
I think like an amiable shopkeep that's looking to sell me something, so that I can ingratiate myself by actually purchasing something from him to get some information.
Okay, easy enough. What kind of goods would you be willing to lug around in Zendrick?
Some new clothing for my soaking wet friend here. He fell in the ocean, and he needs something different. His choice is not always the most fashionable, so I figured the local custom would be best for him.
Easy enough. After what seems like an exhaustive amount of time looking for just the right mark, Kaz and Ash, which one of you successfully got Vane oriented into the shop that you're about to enter?
I think it was me because I think Kaz was too busy looking for taverns.
Yep, and or meat on sticks.
Oh, there's plenty of that. There's plenty of that. If you're handing out, coins by the coin, then yeah, you know, is this the standard tourist in the foreign land where you've got the 5 or 6 different wooden sticks and you're just double fisting all this mystery?
He's got to try all the different flavors of meat.
Oh yeah, they've got everything. And there's some things you don't even understand. Like I don't know what this is. What part of the animal is this? And you've been trying to explain to you, and they'll just point to random places where sweet meat would be inside of a creature. As you orient into this shop, it's a tinier shop, but it is just covered. There's racks. There are a handful of folks that are shopping around in here. But the owner comes out, and he is, first glance, it hits you that, shit, he's an elf, but his skin is the deepest color. It's almost midnight black. But the ears are not quite as long or pointed as the elves that you're used to amongst the mainland. And he's a little bit taller. Which one of you is the tallest? I think it's you, Ash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about your height. And as he approaches, hoi, Stevrekente.
Come again?
Give him that look of like, Yes.
Oh, you're here. You are here in Zedric to buy your clothes. Yeah. You look like the Khorvaire.
Yes. We bring money for clothes.
I understand your language well. Your Ash, he turns to you. Your friend you, dwarf, do not get the grease on the silks.
I will lean in and say, my friend is slow, but his money is good. So please.
The best kind of money, easily parted.
Well, we're not tourists here. We may be new, but we're not tourists. So you know.
Oh, you have been to Stormreach before. You have heard
we're familiar.
Hamfantame.
Yes, we have. Very familiar.
That knowing not yes.
Kaz is just looking at things on racks. If he comes out of here looking like what the heck, Eddie Murphy from Trading Places, with the,
that's Murphy Henry. You know this cast. Yes, there's a lot of poor taste in this place. Someone's about to be a drow prince.
Yeah, I'm going to. I want to get Kasimir a new set of clothing, and in the process, try to.
You want the clothing for the little one, and for you, and what about for your tall friend?
Well, he only dress like. What I don't know the word in your language.
Stylish, fashionable.
Person with for money with sex.
Sharmuta.
Sharbuta, there. Yes, Sharbuta. But the dwarf, he's wet, fell in water. We need new clothes. Coming off of boat, clumsy.
The dwarf's very clumsy out here. Yeah, come. All right, first, come back when we get Chifata, Homota. And there's a gnome and a halfling come in, and they have the little measuring devices around their necks, and they're looking around, and they immediately start kind of sizing you up, Kasimir. And he's like, no, he starts to usher you guys further back into the shop, and where he's heading, you see there's no doorway. There's a curtain of beads. And beyond that, it's you can see through that curtain, and there is just there's a lot of cushions that ring that inside chamber, and there's a large carpet on the floor, and then a table that sits about 6 to 8 inches off the ground. Yeah, come. First we drink Zentrahati tea.
He's very happy about the tea. Oh. Well,
You don't know. Maybe they can add a little something into tea for you, Kasimir. I know you have that flask behind your belt. I'll take a seat and do it like in the wrong fashion. Gotta be awkward about it before getting. Yeah, just like sprawl out. Take space.
Yeah, Ash, turns to you again. He's like, he does not know how to sit. And he sits just, cross-legged, and just very delicate, just a very delicate pose. And the servants begin bringing, the teacups in, as well as the kettle itself.
What is the tea made out of?
Water. And the finest teas from deep in the jungle. It's harvested by hand. And you picked, plucked, dried, roasted, and then with a little bit of rose water added.
It sounds lovely, right? The exaggerated nod to my companions. Very lovely.
So
we'll take two.
We will drink until there's a custom. You cannot just come in and begin to shop and buy. You've never been here before. You must have the full cafeteria gamut of the time. So tell me, tell Hamath, what brings you to Zendrick? And why did you fall off a boat?
Hold up the flask and make it like makes almost no noise because there's almost nothing left in it. He's just like, and then puts it back in his wet belt.
It was a much too long a journey for my friend here, and he ran out just at the end, very sick on the waves. So we are looking for a place to settle in for the night. We plan to be here in Stormreach for some time. Hence the new clothes for my friend, and to see the sights of your beautiful city in this beautiful new land that is coming about.
Excellent. I can recommend some places. And also, if you're going to go into the jungle, being very careful. There many bad things happen. There are people who will take you in the jungle, and then you wake up, and now you are naked in the drown nest. It only happens one time, and then sort of,
and then
you don't do that
to see you again. Yes.
So unless you pay for that, like Sharmuta.
It's very much like back home. Excellent. Ash, you'll fit right in.
There is a place that is very welcoming for tourists. It's very comfortable. It's called the Clucky Puck.
The Clucky Puck.
The Clucky Puck. Say it like this: Clucky Puck.
The Clucky Puck.
No. The Clucky Puck.
Clucky.
Clucky Puck. It is in the back of the throat. Sharmuta. Patata. Clucky Puck.
Clucky Puck.
No, please stop your friend. He's insulting. Alexander.
This imagining the price going higher and higher with each time I reiterate that phrase.
You're trying your best.
When we leave, I'm going to be going Clucky Puck over and over, try to get it right.
This is the place to go. And again, it's the clothing we can see. Anytime you wish, we could start. Where are you from? Your accents are very strange. You're not Brelish. You sound Ondarian. You have the so.
Side eye, my companions. He's very knowledgeable. Yes.
I am here in Stormreach. You either come to Stormreach to run away, or for adventure, or to research study like Morgrave University. But
adventure for us, my friend.
Adventure. We'll see. And then you are not quite, how do you say, normal. That sounds bad in retrospect. Yeah, she's talking to you.
Just look at Ash.
Well, actually, my friend talks about adventure, but also here for learning. I read in a library about I'm sure it's just a myth, but a place called Darkot. Have you heard of that?
Darkot. Darkot is. You should avoid Darkot.
Well, it's just a rumor, a myth, right? It's not real.
It is a myth, but many fools choose to go to Darkot and get lost in the sands.
Well, if someone were foolish enough to go to a city that surely doesn't exist, where would they find a guide to hire to take them?
Oh, you're in the right place. If you want to pay someone an exorbitant amount of money to take you around the coast to the west and try to trek to the sands. Because the trekking to the sands about to be a little. Too many people will want to do that, and on top of that, you'll probably want to make the sea voyage. There's the sea devils like to have a little bit of fun around that area.
What are the sea devils?
See, the outside in my people's language, we would refer to them as the Salagin. Oh, you say it like you understand now. Suddenly I say something in Drow, and you're like, oh, I know that word, but not other word.
He's had a few acquaintances. Give him the quotes as a Sharbuta.
They are ready for you, dwarf. If you'd like to go get the measures.
I'm very.
We have
excited
children's
about this.
clothing, but I think you are too, much.
He's a girthy child.
Girthy.
If, like we said, we are here for some adventure and learning. I kind of scoff at the learning part. An exorbitant price, you say. Do you know of any such person that would be looking to go off harrying after some sort of fairy tale?
To Darkat? No. Deeper in the jungle here? Yes, plenty. There's always someone arriving every day. In fact, we just had another Morgrave University arrived not a day or two ago. Hiring all sorts of people to go on little guides. Like I said, they don't buy my clothing is very much for the city, for the good times, maybe the after discovery. Oh, I found idols. Oh, I've stolen from Drow people, so now I have money. That sort of thing. With celebration. Kaz, are you going to go with the gnome and the halfling and leave this
gonna head on
conversation?
through to go get fitted for whatever the hell they're gonna fit him for.
All right, yeah, you're about to look like also a Nigerian prince who's about to scam people out of their money via Civis Telegram.
Excellent.
So, they're doing the measurements, and they have you do the arms out, and they got the rope, and they're doing it, and they're measuring everything out, and they're talking to each other. The dialect they use, they're not using the common tongue. At all. It's just a really weird dialect. It does sound a little bit like what Hemfita was speaking when he was using his normal language or his native language. However, Kaz, there is just something off about their methods and about their behavior. And easily for you, they've never spoken directly to you at all during this entire time. And you have been mismeasured at least once that you're aware of.
He's just going to point at the paper. No, and just show, his arm length. He's like, show that he's basically looking at them like, that doesn't make any sense.
It's fine. It's fine. We're trying to move this along, and then we can bring our friends and we'll measure them too. Well, please stand on the stool.
Yeah, he'll stand up there. He's just kind of looking at him like,
all right. Yes.
And he's gonna say something in Giantish to them, just because he's just going to look down at them and go, "Don't screw this up. I don't want to look like an idiot in Giantish."
When you use the Giantish tongue, the halfling looks up partially and then quickly brushes it off and continues and tries to do a boot size measurement and doing the wrap.
Interesting. Okay. Take the last little sip out of his flask while they're doing their thing, just kind of watching them.
All right. And I'm gonna spend fear. The gnome actually pricks your skin with a needle. It's a small stitching pin. And he's like, oh. And the halfling is like, oh, bops him on the head. And the gnome starts to back away from the situation.
And his arm is going to start glowing. Look down at them.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens one more time,
It's an accident. It was very much an accident. He's new. She's very much. She's part of an expedition, and they were, in the jungle, and she was found
If she
wandering.
got my blood on it, she needs to probably get herself checked. I get around.
The gnome goes scurrying out of the shop. We'll go back to the rest of the team. You two are in there, and Hamfita has been carrying on conversation and has been pushing a little bit more, trying to always get you to, what exactly do you want to do? That's what Hamfita is trying to get out of you. Is what do you want to do in this place? The question is how do you ever tell him anything besides, advanced tourism studies?
Oh yeah, I'll talk about like, prehistory giant studies. Like we're
Oh.
interested in like the,
Oh. You are interested in the giant. Very. Fortuite it's one of your words in Hungarian. Fortuite. Fortuitis. Now I am the one who cannot speak. It is very good sign. Then yes. There are others. There's giant ruins are very, very much everywhere. When you see and then you see the sky lizard, they'll come down sometimes and take someone climbing and just
We don't want to go to the giant ruins that everyone wants to go to, that's seen a million times. We want to see the ones that are off the beaten path and such. You know what I mean?
Sure.
The thing that what the locals would like to, what the locals do.
I
I want to do what the locals do. Give me some of that local cuisine that you guys would eat.
Oh, this is Kendra. You should hike Zendrick by yourself. It's totally safe. Like and subscribe.
Do not drink the water. Do not eat the lettuce.
I just bought my first van in Zendrick.
So if you're interested in something like this, there are some guides who could take you, but the people who are smartest is the Morgrave people. They have a little, at the school, but it's something like a school where they will come in and they gather up and they will go out and teach students or people to look at these. But they would be the ones who know, like, well, this is the weather, everything is pretty clean, or you're going to ride, the small lizard to go to this place, and 50,000 steps of Kambatata. But if you don't want to do that, well, maybe you check that, and they will give you a good idea.
And these people, would they be found at the Clocky Puck?
No, they don't. They will go to this place.
I'm sorry, where would they go?
It could be anywhere.
Oh, okay. So they wouldn't be experiencing the fine local residents of the Clocky
Sure.
Puck. Okay.
Sure.
Where would these people from the university gather? How would we find this place?
It's easy. And he explains sort of how to get to them in Stormreach, and as he's explaining it, he's explaining where a few things are, and you realize that things are front loaded in Stormreach for the most part. So it's like it's one of those weird. It's like a weirdly designed place. You've got all your major businesses and gathering spots right on the water's edge or just behind that. And then from there is where everything spreads out and goes into, poverty or disrepair as it spreads further out. And then eventually the city is just swallowed by the jungle.
Perfect. These kinds of places as well. Wonderful. Maybe we should, and look, Dash. Maybe we should go and meet up with the people from Morgrave University.
What about your clothing? No, not yet.
Oh wait,
clothing.
well we of course have to finish our tea, and we have to wait for the clothing for our companion. He can't walk around in salty clothing. It starts
Speaking
to
of
smell.
which,
And
Kaz, we've completed your little transaction, and you are informed that it's going to take at least a few days for you to get the new clothing because everything has to be cut and hand sewn, things like that. Even with some assistance of mage rights, it's still going to take a little bit of time. However, they're willing to lend you something off the rack, if you will, or pieces off the rack in order to complete your suit. To
Hey,
get you
if they've
out the
got
door.
something akin to like a nice flowy toga or something like that,
Yes,
he's totally down for it.
absolutely.
yeah,
What
buddy.
what
Breezy.
audacious color are your new robes?
It is going to be Buddhist monk orange.
Nice, that bright
with a
orange.
yellow sash. Yeah, the bright
Yeah, okay.
orange with
Nice.
a yellow sash and
Nice.
probably yellow boots.
Now, are we
You're-
talking? Did you
You're a Hare
look for?
Krishna?
Did you look for like the one shoulder, or did you go for something like a Pakistani, Peshawar Khami, where it's a long shirt man dress?
Probably somewhere if he can find something kind of in between with the top vest, but also the pantaloons that have the shirt hanging down over it.
Yes,
So,
perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Something just completely just looks non-dwarven. That either is going to make him blend in nicely or make him stick out as the dumbest tourist ever.
Yes. You come back with a
Nice.
shaved head and no beard.
Nice. I think he's
Tambourine.
I don't think he's doing that just yet. But yes, yeah, they have
That's
boot
Axiom.
replacements for you. You have a choice of violet or yellow.
Going yellow. Totally yellow. It'll hide all
Yellow it
the
is.
urine stains.
Hide
I
all
don't
the
know.
beer stains.
Maybe it's like a canary yellow. They called it, the halfling refers to it as lucky yellow.
Well, hopefully this is going to let them find him in a crowd, even though he's shorter than most people. But maybe they'll be able to see the bright orange thing. But there he is.
He's just bobbing around.
Yeah, he's
Hello.
totally gone native-ish Hawaiian shirt, toga thing, chrysanth. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Totally blending in.
Oh man.
Kind of looking like a bag of fucking turmeric.
Basically.
That's terrible. But yeah, you're not far off. It's like he's
This is
plucked off
actually-
the spice shelf.
When we see him, I am going to slow clap.
Yeah, I mean, Kaz comes back in. He's escorted back in by the halfling as the halfling points to you, Vane, and motions for you to come out. And yeah, Kaz comes walking in.
I'll
What
put
level
that
of
my
pride
friend-
are you at, Kaz?
Oh, he is he's quite happy because he knows he probably looks a little ridiculous, but he doesn't mind looking ridiculous. He just loves doing bizarre things, and this is one of the most bizarre things he's done. And nobody from home can see him right now, so all the better.
That's true.
Vita, my friend, you've outdone yourself.
This is just the loner.
What?
Wait until you see the real thing.
Oh my goodness. If the finished product Amrita is as good as this, then I assure you I will return for my own set of clothing in a moment's notice.
No, you're not getting clothing. You just want the clothing for
Just need it for him until we can get ourselves established in Stormreach for the moment.
This is an outrage.
But I will remember where Amrita's stall is.
This is an outrage. Go. You will leave my store.
I don't know what I'm very shocked and I leave the store. I've offended him, obviously.
Well, gentlemen, as you step outside and their eyes on Kasimir, not 100% sure if what level. They may not be on your level, Kaz, but that's just something you're going to have to. That's their problem, I guess.
It is. It's totally their problem. He's got airflow under his armpits now. This is great.
Yeah. Yes, the place is like 98% humidity. So yes, it feels amazing right now. The three of you are now outside of Hamfita's little little store. What do you want to do next? You have at least one name of an establishment that will be able to stay at and or eat or whatever. But yeah, the rest of the day is yours.
I like the idea of checking out the place where the Moorgrave University people go or are at.
Yeah,
because we could at least
that's
see
not the one
who's
with the
there.
funny click me, is it?
No,
Or
the
is that the one with the funny
Clucky
cluck,
Puck
cluck,
is
cluckety cluck, cluck?
yeah.
No,
The Clucky Puck is not where they stay.
no,
Okay,
no,
all right.
no. They have their own Moorgrave University enclave here.
Because we should at least see who's here in case we unfortunately recognize any of them, especially the people that want to arrest us. That would suck. So go check that out surreptitiously, perhaps.
Okay.
If you guys are down.
Yeah, totally interested in that. Getting more meat on the way.
Yeah, easy enough.
I have to say, Kasimir, yellow, it brings out the color in your beard. It does.
And it's going to probably be a target.
I was very reticent when I first saw it, but it's growing on me. This may be your new thing.
I think it's better than that red shirt you're eyeing anyway.
Yes. Yeah. And this way, you will fit right in. There will be no strange cultural problems for you and the rest of the people here in Stormreach anymore with such distinguished governments as this.
Distinguished. I'm told roboting. If I robot, yeah, I may have a build going. Sorry.
Yeah. It was a real quick robot, but it's okay.
Yeah, enough of it.
It's okay. You're doing fine. You are making your way to the Moorgrave University enclave. Off in the distance, you of course can see the towering House Layrander docking tower. It's one of the tallest structures in Stormreach, of course, and then there's a few other things. There's no palace. There's no castle. There's nothing like that in Stormreach that catches the eye. Most of the place is as presented. There's a few banners here and there, but ships pulling in. As you make your way to the Moorgrave University enclave, it is absolutely different than your experiences with Moorgrave University proper, where that is very high up. It's very well guarded. There's students everywhere. The professors are everywhere. This is very much, it almost looks like a storefront, and it just simply has Moorgrave University etched with with mage right enchantments across the entrance glass. The glass itself is frosted over with whatever enchantment the mage rights are using for that. And there's a couple of ever-bright lanterns that will come on when the time is right. But other than that, and the door is wide open. It's definitely sealable and it can be secured, but for now it's wide open and no one else seems to be bothered by it. There's no randoms going in and out of this place.
I don't think I should go in. I am recognizable for a few things, especially my arm. I don't think Kaz's
your arm.
Exactly. I don't think Kaz's arm is going to get escape notice with his clothing as well. But Ash is forgettable, so he can.
Damn.
I'm so sorry. I gotta tone it down. I really gotta tone this shit down.
You haven't fought each other yet, so it's fine. It's just good old fashioned ribbing.
Yeah.
So what is the plan?
I want to know I really want to know if there are people here that we recognize. Because if there are people here that we would recognize, then we could be in some trouble and we got to keep our wits about us.
Well, that's easy enough. Let's have a knowledge roll.
Oh,
yeah,
even better.
Yeah, let's have a knowledge roll. If one of you wants to, be like, do I know that person? Is that a person that I recognize?
All right.
Hell yeah, I'll roll knowledge
roll too.
unless Ash wants to.
Oh, we
Go
can
for it.
both, right? I mean, both can like.
You guys can roll. I
Fuck
will
yeah.
never stop you from rolling and giving me fear.
Yeah, take the fear. There it is.
Yep. There we go.
Hey, look at that. Just
There it is. Some
Oh,
more.
wait, can we
There's some more.
hat trick more fear? Let's see.
Hat trick more.
yeah,
all the
yeah.
fears.
Let's just,
Yeah!
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
Hey, we
All
rolled
right.
the same thing.
Yeah,
okay.
You rolled the same numbers on the dice.
we did.
Man, okay. This is awesome. Wow, that's 3 fear in a row.
He's just
So-
pointing with his left hand. Yeah, I think I know that guy. That guy.
So the good news is you are very certain that no one inside of the enclave, because there are folks that will come outside and they hang out for a little bit, they'll go back inside. You get an angle on the doorway and you're looking in. It's not a very large building itself. It looks like it really was once a storefront, and that they just took over. And you'll see them arguing, and it's, to be honest, a lot of the discussion is pretty elevated. Ash, you're probably the one person who really can follow some of the arguments. And even then, it becomes so esoteric about the finer points being made about which dynasty of the giant empires during these times. And it's just like, holy shit, these guys are nerds, like to a high degree. They're discussing the finery of rock stone. And, for Kaz, it's like, oh my God, well, yeah, that stone is correct. But no, never even heard of that kind of stone. Like, what the hell is happening in this place? But with fears and with that trifecta and with that hat trick of fear,
So much fear.
Hi.
there is a great, just overwhelming foreboding all around you. And really, it trickles down to, someone's watching you. You just feel it. You three have been through enough where something is just wrong in the atmosphere around you. And then for Ash, there's a disturbance that just is sort of riding on those psychic waves around your group. And it's not malice, but it's a fixation. You're not quite wrath. It's not an emotion that's really easy to pin down, but there's this fixation that has fallen over all of you.
Are they staring at my outfit?
I look for giant flying lizards that are trying to dive bomb us. That's where my eyes would go.
Yeah. Okay. There are some of the pterosaurs are in the air, but they don't bear any halfling riders as you would expect to find off the Talenta Plains.
That's good. Those little fuckers are terrible.
If the viewers aren't aware of that, that's the halflings are dinosaur riders in this world.
They're amazing.
They really are.
Horrifying, but amazing.
But yeah, so you do see the pterosaurs, but yeah, they're just sticking out to where the fish market is or the ships are.
Could I guess, unless somebody else has an idea, could I roll instinct to see if I could pinpoint this awkward or foreboding kind of presence?
You can, but first, I'm going to spend fear. And someone comes outside of the Moorgrave Enclave, and they have a long, slender wand in their hand. And as they step out, they look to the three of you, and the wand comes up and is just pointing almost casually in your direction. And then as a little bit of a shaking begins with that wand, and Vane? And the wand goes in the man's mouth, and he takes a long drag, and the smoke coils off of it.
kind of look to the left and the right. Do I recognize this person?
You do. In fact, you recognize him as one of the students that was with your team and Professor Algia and was in Kabara, but stayed behind to help with the supplies and get everything going back. She deemed it too dangerous to enter the jungle for some of the accompanying students. Like grad student level, so they're not quite just these innocent kids, but still.
Sure.
Like, oh my, what are you doing here? By the 6. This is crazy.
Eyeball him up. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name.
No, it's fine. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. I'll approach.
Yeah, it's just yeah, and
so
he begins closing that distance, and just stands there. And, he's shuffling between both feet. It's like, yeah, it's been a minute. I'm sorry to hear about the professor. Her loss was devastating to the university. But what? And there was, of course, the rumors, but I don't think anyone really believed those.
No, of course. And they were unfounded rumors anyway. But it's, you always have to keep the university in mind when things start to go sideways with the rumor mill of the big city and everything. So I suppose that it would be best.
What rumors did you hear?
Things about the professor and loving her brother and such. There was a lot of very, very strange things floating around at the time. And
it's definitely, that's terrible. That's not what we were told. But no,
what did you hear?
Well, he looks carefully at you, Ash, and then he looks down at Kaz. I mean, well, you, the three of you, and the Warforged, you had a hand in her death.
What?
Yeah.
Bastards!
Are you serious? They tried to put that on us.
Well, I mean, you were the last to, embodying the things, and
where did you
hear
these?
No one really, I don't think anyone really believed it, but
where did you hear this nonsense?
Some of the provosts, some of the academics.
You guys would be harlots.
There was an inquisitive who was on the case. She was really pushy. I asked a lot of questions.
Sure. And of course, she found nothing of
no. Well,
relevance.
she said she had some things. Mostly just she said because she had spoken to you guys. But she had, she was very odd. She just she asked a lot of questions.
They have to do that. It's part of how they get paid. That's by the question.
I'm just gonna keep spending fear for this. Yeah, no, it's true. It's just I didn't think an inquisitive would pose as a journalist, a reporter.
Yes, I do remember her. She was. I'll admit that she was not very forgettable, but
That's true.
But like I said, if you're an inquisitor looking into something like this, they force them to go into too much depth into unfounded rumors when there's unfortunate death that occurs in these situations. But
Sure.
Nothing was ever found about it.
No, I mean, of course, that's why I said no one really believed it. I mean, It's not like you had a murderous warforged with you and suddenly he's not here or anything.
Well, I mean, Axiom is not murderous. He is.
Well, you named it.
Well, you know how the treaty is. We are supposed to do that now. We have to recognize.
Coming out.
They have to recognize the names they give themselves. The government forcing stuff down on you.
It's disgusting. I know. Anyway, you I mean, we saw you stand. I saw you standing out here. I wasn't really sure. You've been out here for a little while. A little weird, but if you wanna, do you wanna come inside and we can sit down for a minute, get you out of the sun?
Why are you here, by the way?
No. So because I have experience in Kabara, the school thought that since my studies are complete and I specialize in the giantology, if you will, of Zendrick, they put me down here for expeditions coming down here. Sort of, I'm in charge of preparing the forward expeditions for Morgrave University, and just help out. And we just had one come through just a couple days ago. Really
interesting.
Do that like extra amiable arm around the shoulders. Like, I'm so proud of you. You've done so great for yourself. As we start to go inside, can we go into your office? I would love to hear everything that you have that's been happening to you since we last saw you in Kabara.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. Come on in. Yeah,
I always thought that the professor always talked very highly of you.
Well, what did she say?
Well, she said that you were very capable. You had a mind for exactly. You had a mind for digging out secrets. That's why she always, left you out of the dangerous parts where you could put your talents to use, discovering new things, while we, saw the professor into the hearts of danger and such. Do you remember? Do you remember those days?
Oh yeah, of course. I remember. You guys collapsed an ancient temple.
We didn't that story. We didn't do the collapsing and
people talk. People talk when they spend their fear. It's just like I said, their word was from some of the I don't even know what you call them, the wizard people. I don't really care what they think. That you're again. By the time you guys are in Morgrave, the enclave itself, he's gotten you in there, and you kind of sit down on a little like divans, and there's more tea coming. Unless you guys want something stronger than that, that's easy enough to. Clucky Puck has all kinds of. Clucky Puck will have we can send a runner. I know the dwarf likes to drink. Am I right?
The Clucky.
The Clucky Puck. I don't. Yeah, it has these weird accent things. No one really cares except for the locals. But whatever. Again, I don't really care what they think either. But yeah. Anyway. The Warforged. It was the word on the river was, in Kabara, which the Adderport, was that there was an incident. You found a giant Warforged, and did whatever you did to it, and destroyed it, and destroyed the temple, and again, it just seems really convenient that you're here and your Warforged isn't. It's just not like I'm a scholar or someone who studies ancient secrets or anything. And connects
those rumors left out the Emerald Enclave every single time, and I think it's a conspiracy by the Enclave itself.
The Emerald
to damage our name.
Emerald Claw, you dumb bitch.
The Emerald Claw, because I am deep into other lore and different days of the week. So
yeah, it's okay. Actually, Vane. Yeah, Vane, if you could, in fact, all three of you could give me a strength reaction rolls, please.
Oh, I like strength. I don't really have much strength.
What is this responding 2 in case I want to add an experience.
We'll find out.
I'm just gonna roll it blind. I'm not gonna add anything.
Your
I'm just gonna see what
house
happens.
agent experience could be coming into play on this.
I will use
God
that.
damn, you guys just love burning fear for me.
I got us to the reaction.
Well, the reaction roll is so hot this time.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah,
Joke's
exactly.
on you.
If 11 fails,
Vane.
I'm going to re-roll it.
It definitely fails.
I'm going to re-roll it.
Yeah, you need 15 or better. There we go.
Haha.
There we go. Okay, good reaction roll. Okay. So as he's talking, you're bringing up the unfounded rumors, and he's just pointing out, Warforged is still around. For you, Vane, you're just flying through this conversation because you're mentioning the Emerald Claw and out loud, and you're beginning to accuse them of being the pieces of shit that everyone knows them to be.
Every
and
time.
the fanatics.
Do the work.
And for the other two, for Kaz and for Ash, your wits are about you, but you're starting to realize you have the room is starting to wiggle in your peripheral vision a little bit. Neither one of you are strangers to imbibing alcohol or anything else, and you recognize the effects. But for your perspectives, you realize that this has been a very slow acting effect that is in your system, and you are beginning to feel its pull. But let's not dwell on the negative. Let's go back to the happy conversations. So there was like I said, there was an expedition that came down, and then with a provost here, and then there was another expedition that came in. It's not really an expedition. I don't know what you really call it. I didn't really deal with it. I just kind of saw them off in the distance. The provost dealt with that one.
Wait, are you talking that time there was an extra expedition?
Yeah, they got here just after the other one. It seems like pretty fast, actually.
Here in Zendrick?
Yeah. The provost, like I said, he Provost Khorvaire, he was the one that they dealt with. In fact, they didn't talk to anybody. He's a provost. I get it. Yes, he's tenured and he's worked at the university for a long time, but it's not like one of us is not the focal point, belly button of this place. To set things up. And one of these people establishing this thing, he's literally on here on an expedition. So technically he's under, my view. I wouldn't say control, but it's
right. But with him being a provost, how that always goes.
Sure.
Have we heard of Provost Khorvaire?
No, you guys aren't really academics, so
Okay.
But provosts provosts are the ones who take everyone out and about.
Yeah. Well, that seems strange that you, who's in charge here, wouldn't know about this new expedition coming through.
Exactly.
This is exquisite tea, by the way.
Exactly. It is delicious.
Cass is just reaching out, kind of doing this, looking at his hand, looking at the wall.
Oh God, we're gonna get to that. Don't worry.
So what do you have going on aside from the provost and his new thing? What are you doing here in Zendrick?
Well, I set up the expeditions.
Right. What exactly are you? But do you have anything going on specifically in the moment, or just you were here kind of waiting for the next thing?
No, the provosts, they went out just for a day, but we don't let students go too far out. We're definitely not going to let them go anywhere dangerous. It's not how this works. Not like, when we went to Kabara, but I digress. And we
a different way about things, that's for sure.
The provost is back, and I'm not sure when they're returning. He's considering taking the students back out to another place that has been widely excavated, but part of the job is like put some things out there for people to find.
Interesting. I guess
Gotta
it's
make it
for
exciting.
students to learn and
Yes.
everything. That makes
Exactly.
sense.
Exactly. You know what you're looking for. You got to train the eye and the
You
hands.
say he's taking these students out tomorrow?
Maybe it could be in the next few days. I don't know. I don't know what he's deciding. You could. He was just. Well, there. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. The provost, and he points over to him. He's human. He's just engaged in reading. Got a pile of tomes, scrolls laid out. Provost Khorvaire, and he raises his hand, and takes his monocle off, rubs that eye. Oh yes. Who's asking?
This guy's a fucking changeling.
He's Brellish. He's very
Race
Brellish.
changer.
He's Brellish aristocracy by his accent there, my little Vane.
You.
That's fine.
Is that better than Lyrander? Worse?
It's way better than Lyrander, but nothing's
Okay,
worse
got it.
than Lyrander. Except for
Well, I say, what manner of expedition have we here? What a cast of rogues.
I'll approach him with a hand extended.
Well met, chap.
Provost Khorvaire, and pleasure to meet you. A companion here was just telling us about the sudden arrival of you and your students to the area. It's very exciting situation.
Oh yeah, rightly so. We came down. Please, you can call me Barris. It's fine. You're not a student, so there's no need to impress upon you. Some statue you surely won't understand anyway. But yes, we brought the students down and we took them out, and a few lucky ones. They found some of our placements. It's standard practice. As you're you're not well aware of. You don't sound like you've attended university, but that's fine. And you're one of the dragonmarked as I see. Monocle goes back on.
You have a very discerning
That's a
eye.
very fascinating arm. Who are your friends? And who's the chap with the uncanny dress?
He's called Sharbuta, I guess. Ash.
No, not the Kalishtar. Kalishtar. Was it?
Oh, yes.
Fell off a boat. Needed clean clothes.
The Amphitas, I take it.
Yes, sure, right? Look over at me.
That is where you are very knowledgeable about the local clothiers.
Right. This is my 40th trip in country. Maybe 45. We tend to lose count.
Anything over a dozen kind of blends together, I'm sure.
It happens. There's plenty of roguish types like yourselves. Just come in and out. Everybody wants to adventure in Zendrick. There's always something to find.
That is a very good point. My companions and I were looking to find a way to explore this beautiful new land. I don't know if our companion here would be willing to bring you in on some of the details, but we happen to be very experienced in assisting with explorations. If you and your students are, going to be exploring in an area that may see a bit more danger than the usual fare, then
oh no, we will never deviate from that. Once again, it's university policy. What after the Khorvaire incident?
Of course, the Kabarians. Who could forget about such a leap forward?
Not the university anytime soon.
I
But what are you lot doing here? You seem very distanced from this land. I'd say you're tourists.
Side-eye Ash.
You bring a Kalistar. It's interesting. Where did you grow up, boy? He's talking to you, Ash.
Well, you know, I think it's no surprise I grew up in Redra, but most recently have been on the main continent of Khorvaire. But you know, we are here. We are always students of learning and adventure and exploration, and we might be looking for our Warforged. I'm not saying we are. I'm not saying he's lost, but we might be looking for
You
him.
lost a life. You lost a Warforged.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said it might. It's a possibility. Like it might rain today, right? It may not rain. It's just
it's storm reach. Of course, it's going to rain today. It rains every day. It's a lot like Sean.
Well, we're here thinking of trying to get our hands and our feet a little dirty, a little wet, seeing this new place. We have some areas that we are hoping to look into, find perhaps some locals willing to take us deeper into the continent. But you know, we wouldn't want to drag you or your precious students into actual danger.
Well, no, of course, there's not much. Well, there's a lot of guides. Of course, there's a lot of care needs to be paid, or you'll get the chop in the drow enclaves, and you'll end up in a drow's nest somewhere. You don't want to be in a drow's nest. It's not pleasant.
Where are the drow up here anyway? Isn't it a little bit sunny for them?
No, they are. Well, they live everywhere. Zendrick is technically their homeland. Well, Zendrick is technically the homeland of all elves. But anyway, I won't bore you with academics all day long. There was great fight, as I'm sure you're aware. The elves fled. They used magic to defeat the giants, and off they went, except for a handful of their brethren who they left behind to remain prisoners, thralled to the giants. And eventually that all collapsed. And now you have them running around, worshipping their foul scorpion god. It's quite disgusting. But how did you get to Stormreach? There hasn't been there's only been one airship, and that came just a few days ago. And I know you weren't on that.
No, we arrive on the boat. I've never trusted the flying. Flying is a very difficult thing to master.
Houselander seems to do pretty well. They won the war, after all.
They get lucky every single time they send one of their stinking airships into the air. It doesn't just fall out of the sky and crash and kill all of you. Deep breath.
No, that's all right. They did pretty well. And navigating here, that's why I told that ship's captain who came here just recently. They came through a very bad storm. I was like, lad, you are very lucky. He's a lot like you. He's like, no, I'm not lucky. I simply am the best pilot there possibly could be for an airship.
Yes, and the best pilot for an airship is basically just a cabin boy on any of the rail, but whatever.
I don't know. I've been on rails.
We are going to agree to disagree, Provost. There's no need to get deeper into the weeds on this situation.
Fair enough. But just don't go getting too lost in Zendrick.
That is what we are here to talk to our companion about. The two, we have a bit of an idea of a place, some information on something new to discover here in Zendrick, and we were looking for perhaps more interest.
I'm an expert. What is it you're looking for?
Oh, we wouldn't want to trouble a provost and his students. You have duties, and
I insist. You will find no one smarter, more intellectually honest, or nor more capable. Certainly not that dope you're speaking to. He's here because he was cast out of the university. Grounds.
As you've noted, I am not the academic one. I leave that to my companions here. Perhaps you speak with them, and I can go back to speaking with our companion.
Easy enough. I suspect Gallistar might be the smartest of the lot. And the dwarf, you have the look of a rugged adventurer.
Well, ideally, we'd like to see some giant remains, but not the overpicked ones. We'd like to see something a little bit more rare, a little bit less visited.
That's interesting. That's two days in a row now someone has asked about off the beaten track, as they say.
Who else was asking about this?
He seems reticent to answer that question, Ash. But it provokes something. There's a reaction, absolutely. But there's just a hesitation.
Can I kind of tell if it's more of like a fear thing or if it's like
Yes, there's a little bit of fear about him. Yeah, you can just feel it. There's a little that tension.
Just kind of nudge Ash, like keep going.
Truth be told, we don't want to involve you in your academic exploits and your ivory towers. Keep you insulated from the less savory aspects of life. But that's why people like we can't say too much. But I'm not going to say we're here on a mission undercover, and your aid would be greatly recompensed and renowned, and could really boost your career. I'm not going to say that because that would be silly and just scurrilous rumors. But perhaps if you did aid a secret financed expedition from the highest authority of the royal authorities, it could be quite a feather in your cap, and perhaps lead to a new dissertation, a whole research project with tremendous funding and a liberal lack of oversight.
Kaz, is your sigil arm the one that's covered?
No, it's
no, so it's bare. Okay. So Ash, you see that immediate stirring. You hit his ego pretty hard. Well, I mean, I don't mind helping at all. It was the manner of the other party, and they seemed pretty set on a little bit of privacy. But they, I can't say they arrived on a private airship. It wasn't owned by Lyrander. In fact, there was a bit of an argument between a couple of them when they were discussing the docking situation. I don't know what happened there, but he seems very upset still. An exorbitant price was likely extracted. You know how the houses are. No offense. But it's just, it was, they weren't really set for an expedition, but they did ask. It was something very similar to you. They wanted to a little more specifics. But I did tell them there was a site that is very mysterious. It's been mostly avoided for very good reasons, but it's just upriver. It's very upriver. But that's where they insisted on going once they had a bit of a conversation. Kaz. So Ash, you're still picking up the fear is lessening, but now there's a little bit of pain. coming to the surface. Kaz, you are you know you've been around the Canith academics, so you know how some of these people respond to things, and just that rare moment of you understand when these kind of people get together or they're confronted by something that is just physically out of their control to deal with, and how they respond to threats and escalate from there. He has that same mannerism about him. It just you pick up on that immediately. You've seen it 1,000 times with Candace bullying one another.
Like he has been bullied before this and he's responded to it. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm just going to kind of crinkle his hand and flex his arm with the armor on it and lean forward on his knee and just look at him and say, "So someone talked to you before about this, didn't they?"
Give me a trait roll and add advantage to it for free. Mostly because of your arm that has him intrigued. And then anything else you want to use.
We're going to go. It doesn't make sense to use knowledge. I think his instinct would work here because he was perceiving this.
Okay.
And he is going to throw Chosen Bay Fate on here. He's just like, I see something floating around his head or in his face or something. There's something there. Right. So you said I can use a or wait, did you say advantage because of the arm?
You get advantage as well, yes.
All right. I'm spending a hope to do Shows My Fate. We're gonna see what we get here. See if we get lots of fear or a little fear.
There we go. Nice.
Hey, less fear than normal.
Nice. There we go. Okay. Well,
with buckets.
It's right. So that was the problem, is they were very specific. Is it was last. They had a very specific spot in mind. It's 400 miles easily upriver, very deep into Zedric. It was the Warforged that was with them. Just something about her. Boy, I'm never quite sure. They take themselves. It presented with a higher pitched voice. It called itself Scimitar, which that was quite. I always thought Warforged bore other names like purposes or little monikers, but no, not this one. It was named after a weapon specifically, mostly because she also kept threatening me with a scimitar. But yes, but they had they did have it was a handful of them that came in, and it was one of them was a tall, mysterious chap. Not really sure, an oddity about him. Deep cowl, and it was just seemed not to want to present his face. And the other one was, of course, the House Lyrander, ship captain. He had the whole mark of the storm. But I told them exactly where they need to go, and they seemed happy, and they just sort of left after that. It's the way your friend asked. It had the same tone and intent, not random.
Well, there's something going on. They didn't hurt or take any of your people? Looking at him intently.
No, that would have been a grave mistake on their end, and I believe they knew that. But also, I think they might be dangerous.
If they're the ones that you just gonna look side to side that were part of the attack on the university originally, they may not actually care a whole lot about what you think.
I heard of that. I was away when that happened. No. Do you think I was that close?
A dangerous outback kind of place. Dangerous closer than you expect.
I mean, what sorts of respectable people travel with a Warforged anyway? What godly instruments of death.
They're just tools.
Potato.
Exactly.
What?
And you said they left 2 days ago? Or
Yes, 2 days ago. Well, maybe a day ago. I don't know. They seemed intent on gathering some supplies, and I mean, it's a very long trip. But they didn't. Oddly enough, they didn't seem concerned about the distance, which by river, it's a very long distance. Well, even, I mean, even if you're using the riverboat, the Marlow, it's still a fairly long trek.
how is there a map in here that we can see?
Oh yeah, do you want me to pull Zendrick up?
Yeah, sure. I'm just curious because we could
Yeah.
just kind of stand up and go look at the map and go.
Yeah.
So where now?
All right, let's see this. You see where you guys are in Stormreach,
Uh-huh.
and the river that he is talking about is going to be. There is a river that reaches. It's not on this map. He tells you there's a river that stretches out and comes up through here and just kind of splits this peninsula. But no one really uses it because it gets overrun a lot with. There's a lot of wildlife and there's a lot of overgrowth. The banyan trees tend to fall into it. And also there tends to be a lot of Deinonychus activity. And then realizing that your characters probably don't know what a Deinonychus is, he explains it's a lizard with claws that come out like daggers. On the bottom, on the feet. Its hands are very claw-like, but not those. Those claws retract and they stab and make men scream for their mothers, just like in the war.
Sounds delightful. Where does this river head to? What is the place that they're going to? Does it have a name or is it just a location?
I just has a location. They seem very specific, and I've been in these parts many a time. I don't quite know exactly where they were looking. I don't believe the river will go all the way to it, but again, they seem convinced. And perhaps they're going to do an overland trek.
Interesting. Well, what do you fellows think?
I think traveling by river would be faster if we could hire a boat to take us.
Did he point out? I guess if he's getting really animated, I'll rejoin them and whatnot. But did he point out where on the map they were?
Yes, yeah, he can show you where the spot they asked, and he explains that's how he gave them like, hey, you need to take, the only real good way is the Riachi River, which again isn't on the map that I have for you guys, but it's just outside. It comes out of Stormreach and kind of cuts through that peninsula area. And you take the Riachi, and he said, they seemed insistent that the Riachi would be the route they followed in order to get to that point, even though he emphasizes that he insisted that the Riachi does not go that far.
Could you point out? Could you like ping on the map or whatever, like where it is that he's kind of indicating?
Probably somewhere in. I'm trying to think about 400 miles, somewhere right in here.
Right in this area here.
Yeah.
Okay. So not all the way to Throne Gate, but somewhere between here and there. Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You've been here before, Bears. Obviously, you seem very knowledgeable. What are the dangers of the coastline in this area?
Well, besides the sea devils, shark, the giant creatures that live in the water, storms, shoals. coral. If you fall in and you get hit by any of the tides, you'll be drug out, and raked across the coral. If you've never had coral, it doesn't heal well.
Okay.
That requires the house of healing.
Some of the usual suspects then. Is Stormreach the only place of call along the
It's the largest. There's a few others.
Would any of those others perhaps be closer to this destination if we were to try to
No. This map is accurate for what our civilization points.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps I can convince our friend here that it may be worth his while to send a few extras to this same location. Perhaps we can join up with this other group, or perhaps we can, maybe discover whatever it is that they discover as well. And maybe the university can benefit from firsthand experience rather than what is left over after being picked through by obvious treasure seekers and pillagers, from what it sounds like, if they are willing to. Yes.
Most people are used to treasure seekers. They come and go. Most never return. They die in the jungles because they don't listen. It's crazy.
Is there private airships still docked here in Stormreach, or
no? There was nothing docked in the tower.
Go with them. Yes.
Yeah, there was nothing in the tower.
So I did not see any private airships out there. I take it they took their airship to travel deeper into Zendrick?
It's possible, but they didn't actually. I don't think they arrived by airship. The only airship we brought was the one we brought. We rode in on Stormwind.
Oh, interesting. How deep is that river, by the way? Deep
It's
enough you could take a large vessel through, or
not a large vessel, but large enough for a river vessel. There's, like I said, the largest vessel there is the Marlow one. That's their captain has been everywhere.
Okay. I apologize, Bears. I thought you said that they arrived here in Stormreach by private airship. Perhaps I overheard something wrong.
No, I think a lot of people were confusing our arrival and their arrival, depending on who you're speaking to. It's just when you see some strangers just tend to stand out in Zendrick, as odd as that sounds. The locals get used to locals, and then you three have definitely going to be making the rumor mill.
Of course. With Kasimir's new fashion, who wouldn't want to pay attention to a new group of culturally relevant individuals? It was a pleasure speaking with you, Barris. I have a desire to maybe seek out this Marlow ship. Perhaps speak with a captain that has been everywhere, as you say. Do you know if
easy to
they are
find.
in dock?
Sure, it's right down. You'll find him just off the side of the river. There's a ship docks there. Nasty, given the nature of it.
Interesting. Well, I bid you good luck on your oversight of the students. I hope you do not lose any of them. It would not. I'm sure that has not yet happened, and I would hate to see a black mark upon your record, so to speak.
No, it's not. It's not Kabara.
Kabara was, like I said, we don't have to get into it. It is what it is at this point. It's a history Unfortunate things always occur when new discoveries are made, from what I hear. But it was again a pleasure to see you, Bears. Perhaps we will run into each other again. Uh, give them a handshake and adios. As I leave the conversation because this guy's pissing me off.
Well, Dwarf, if you ever wish to discuss that particular mark, which is fascinating, it's not a dragon mark.
Someday it'd be great. Lots of giant runes, I think.
Definitely not a dragon mark.
Well, gents.
Yeah, head on out with him.
Okay. What's next?
Well,
Somebody else noticed the walls being strange in there.
I think you're being culturally insensitive. Everywhere is different. The wallpaper and such is not exactly dwarven standard.
I meant more like moving.
No. Did you experience any strange things, Ash?
I think that tea was laced with something. Yes.
Well, you know about these things, of course. What do you think it could have been?
I think they might have been trying to drug us. So
I didn't even feel anything. It must be something very, very weak.
Oh, you walked into that one.
Did it have some sort of strange taste? The tea was very good.
It all tastes like leaves and water to me. So yes, it had a strange taste.
Yes, leaf water is very weird. It's kind of the same as, grain water, but different. I know you prefer one to the other. That's fine, whatever. But I don't know. Do you think Ashley could figure out what it is they tried to drug us with just by the minor effects you felt?
yeah, I'll try to I'm just gonna try to search my memory if this is anything I've heard or read about before.
No, but the effect is absolutely, some kind of narcotic.
All right. Probably some local plant native to Zendrick, but definitely some kind of narcotic.
Oh, the good kind of tea. Something that Kasimir might actually like. We should, if we get back, we should discover what it was that he tried to give you, and maybe it will make the return trip to the mainland more interesting, especially in those long nights when Kasimir is talking to the spirit of the ship. You need to stop treating the elemental spirits like friends; they're servants. It is what it is.
But it's got character.
A very shocking character, yes. But I say we go and speak to the ship captain. Perhaps he has some information that we could use if we want to get further down the river. Otherwise, Kasimir, you talked about going to Darkat. That is, from what I can assume, is very far away comparatively.
I think it is a little bit farther, perhaps, than we wanted. I think this giant ruins is probably a more achievable objective.
Yeah.
And did you catch? He said that Bear said that they arrived by private airship, and then said that they did not arrive by private airship. That is. And we know of one very sneaky bitch that arrives everywhere in private fucking airship.
Oh my god! Why would an NPC lie to you?
don't. I'm going to be very honest. I have a murderous need to go to this place wherever this party went to see if it is that sneaky face changing whoreson, and this and if it is something that they are looking into with rare giant runes, well, that has been a situation we have been dealing with for far too long at this point. I am getting very frustrated with the idea that I cannot figure out what it is that is happening, and I cannot deal with this. I cannot take a deep breath. I apologize. It's the heat and it's the humidity. I need new clothes. I need new clothes.
It'll take a couple of days.
Yeah, I do think if they're headed there, it's definitely important we also go there because there's most in it find that we don't want them to find.
And after talking and seeing if we could find a way upriver, if we are forced to stay in this shithole of a city another night, perhaps we visit Mr. Barris in the evening to discover why it is that he decided that lying to us would be the easiest way to get rid of us. Because that was a deceit. And I am not appreciative of someone that just tries to deceit upon me. I am the deceiver.
Do not unto me as I do unto you. Yes.
Yes. Of course. Yes. Do as I say. Let me do what I want.
There you go.
On to the Marlowe.
Yes.
Do you guys objections?
Yeah. The other reason I was asking also about how deep the river was. Is I was curious if we'd be able to thread the needle with
the
vessel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it's a possibility, but, yeah, what do you guys want to do?
An experienced river captain might be able to answer that better.
Well, very true.
And provide some navigational charts if money is handed over to him in a quantity that he's amenable to. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know.
Very true. Are we having this conversation on the way to try to find this ship, the Marlowe?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. The Marlowe is in fact very easy to find because it is the only elemental water ship docked here in Stormreach. And you can see where it's got the ring of that water elemental, and it just churning through the water. But the vessel itself is not moving; it's moored up. And there's a half elf who is directing some hands on the deck, off the deck, and he is standing on the actual ship itself. And to call it a ship it's not like it's a galleon or anything. It's think of riverboat. And that's very much the case, but it does have a fairly significantly sized elemental ring to it. And you can only see his dragon mark. He's got the deeply suntanned arms against that the normal pale half elf from the Khorvaire side of the house, and his mark covers his back, and you see it come up to his neck and it extends down beneath his linen shirt, and then it reaches down the backside of his arms and just begins to wrap itself around both arms, and you see it come down his legs. He bears a greater dragon mark.
Gentlemen, in the spirit of not trying to fuck this up, I stay on the dock out of sight before my mouth gets away from me, and I have to tell this. I'm not going to use an expletive in this moment of type of person, exactly what it is that I feel about him, and it's kind, and everything is like that. And you deal with this situation while I go have a drink, because I am going to be very upset if I have to ride on that.
And I think I might take the back seat to Ash talking here, only because I need to keep my arm a little bit hidden.
Second
All
guessing.
right.
Yeah, you need a sun sleeve. That's all.
I will approach him. Greetings, good sir. How fares the water these days?
Ah, newcomer. What's your seeking passage out? I do not do passage out.
Oh, where, um, I mean, such a fine personage as yourself. I'm not sure who could afford passage on your vessel, but we would be interested, if possible, in just knowing the terrain on this river. My friend, I'll kind of point at Kasimir. He's subject to getting wobbly on an uneven surface, and so we would, if there's going to be shifting currents, if there's a deep water channels, things like that would be helpful for us to know if it's going to be feasible to take him along.
No, there's the river can be a little unstable, but you must clearly navigate. It's a very deep river. You should have. And Cass, he's got that. He's a Karnath,
Okay.
half elf. You can pick that up immediately. For the rest of you, Karnath was not really the nicest of nations on Earth during the war. They went for extermination mode on everybody.
It's the only way to be sure, evidently.
That's a true statement. You can take a prisoner or you can exterminate him. So the river is very wide and it's very easy to navigate. Your friend will be fine. So where do you want to go?
And you say it's deep as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Where do you want to go?
Oh, well, no, we didn't have a particular place in mind, but we were just thinking taking the river down southerly, just for a jaunt expedition, maybe some sightseeing.
Right. But you didn't always careless time. Leisurely. There's nothing too leisurely.
Yeah, there also might be treasure out there. I'm just saying.
Treasure.
Yes, my friend has a penchant for the rare and the unusual, and
Where do you want to go? There's treasure everywhere. It's Zendrick.
Well, we'd like large treasures, not small treasures.
Do you have a place in mind?
Wink,
The
wink,
river
wink.
doesn't go anywhere specific. It's a river that cuts through the peninsula.
I'll mention the location that we talked about with the other one.
No, too far. Never going to make it. Never going to go. Too far. I have so much other things to do.
Too far as if you've never been there?
I've been everywhere. Too far of it is not worth the time. It was so far. It takes 4 days.
Is it
Is that
faster
about
to
how
go
far
overland?
we were thinking that place were we thinking it would take 4 days to get to the place he's thinking of? Is that same as the place that they're maybe thinking of?
If it's 400 miles inland and, if this thing is a water elemental ship, you doing the artificer math, yeah, that's about right. It might, a little bit longer maybe, but that checks with charts.
That works.
And that's of course on top of the water. So you're fighting a few different things than you potentially, because you guys have discussed the underwater option. It's a little bit different speed factors than in the water.
I am. While I'm on dock, I'm keeping an eye out for
Sure.
suspicious characters that might be watching this particular boat.
Sure, man. Let's have one of those rolls.
Come on, drop down. It's a instinct roll, I do believe. I'll just roll it. Yeah, there you go, buddy.
Dang.
Oh,
Yes.
Man.
Somebody's gonna get
Uh,
knifed.
yeah, so your two allies are having this conversation with this Lyrander half elf and pompous. He's dressed with the big brimmed hat and the giant feather, and it's
I don't
just,
even need to hear what they're saying. I know he's talking
no.
bullshit.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, this guy looks like he belongs on a river.
In the river.
And as you are, observing the crowd, and you're trying to make sure that your allies are safe, and that these two specifically are going to be okay. That is when you notice there are 3 figures that are just off to the side, but they're close enough where you're realizing, like, oh shit, they're actually on the dock, and one of them is on the craft itself, on the Marlow, and they were loading cargo, but they have stopped loading cargo, and they're in that kibitzing range. The 2 of them, the one on the Marlow itself, is standing there and just taking a step back into the shade of the pilot house. But the other 2, then they have their attention turned towards your allies.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this moment. I'll spend fear, and the sky off in the distance, in the northeast, you hear a peal of thunder as just a sickly yellow lightning streaks up and begins to play along the underside of the clouds as a storm looks like it's beginning to roll in from the western side of the peninsula.
Oh man,
I'm glad you rolled that.
Miranders. Yeah, I'm glad I could give you a nice narrative moment to fry me. Well, this is forcing time constraints. So I want to try to sneak over to these individuals and be as surreptitious as possible. Where the one that's on the dock, the one that's kind of away from.
So there's one on the ship, and then there's 2 on the dock.
The ones on the dock is the one is where I want to get to.
All right.
Sorry,
Let's have that. Let's have that stuff.
Derp, and let's go with just rolling it.
Okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You gain their attention as you were coming up, but why they noticed you, what do you do at the last minute in order to turn your face away from them? Or at least go on, not be seen or identified specifically.
I think there's maybe another peal of lightning that kind of draws everybody's attention a little bit. And I take that moment after the lightning to kind of duck my head again, hunch my shoulders if they're expecting rain, and try to turn to go in a different direction.
Okay. All right.
Maybe start to jog.
Okay. And as you do that, and you kind of that one last glance, the 2 on the dock, they reach a hand out and they help their mate off the ship, and the 3 of them make their way away from the dock and away from the ship, and they continually cast glances back at the Marlow and your team members. For the 2 of you who are still engaged with Chicanero, what are we doing? I mean, you have some good information, I think, at least about you have the river information that I think you wanted. So where are we going from here?
I don't think we need anything else, because we're not technically trying to hire this guy. We were just trying to get information and find out. But were we trying to find out if he took somebody somewhere? Because he would never have had time to get there and back already if they only took off 2 days ago.
Yeah, no, it's not possible.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to guess that we're done. Just look at Ash and be like,
Yeah, I'll just kind of look up at the crack of the thunder, and it's like, oh, well, looks like it's not going to be good weather to travel anyway right now. Perhaps we can find that tavern again you were interested in and
Lucky buck.
wander off.
All right. He's just, and he goes back to screaming at his deckhands, trying to move stuff. And he's like, he's looking around like, where'd they go? And you see another one, probably a bosun. He's like, I don't know. I was there right here.
You spent 5 minutes talking to weirdos, and your people walk off, mess up things on the boat, ropes everywhere.
That's House Learander for you. No
let me tell you
discipline.
about being military.
No discipline, can't retain good crew.
Very accurate. Very accurate. These are undesignated sailors. So the two of you also realize that your third member is no longer where he was.
True that.
Wait, Vane, are you making it difficult to find you, or you?
No, I'm not trying to be difficult to find. Okay. I'm like standing under an awning playing.
All right, we'll assume the three of you link back up.
Eventual rain thing.
Okay, we can just assume the three of you link back up. Again, it's back in your hands.
Did that shit of a captain discover that his crew abandoned him when you guys were talking to him?
Yeah, they might have.
The end.
Yeah, they might have wandered off.
I'm pretty sure I saw them leaving, and they did not wish to be noticed. I am going. It could just be that they were, Learander. Did you get the information that you wanted, that we are looking for?
I think we could take the river by our means. I think we could use what we have to get there.
I'm going to take. So we can. You think we can take the Jolly John all the way there? I'm going to name it the Jolly John.
But sure.
Yes, the JJ.
JJ, the magic submarine.
It is just. It is such a nice way to travel. But if we're going to bottom out, I don't wish to go this way. Did he talk about any other captains that would be willing to go all the way there or not? Some crazy people willing to take money?
I do not recall him. No, I don't think he seemed very reluctant and thinking we were a little crazy to go that far.
Yeah, I guess his is the only elemental ship in this place. Everything else would be very, very slow. You know what? I don't really care if it's going to be raining or lightning or anything like that. Maybe I'll keep the giant lizards out of the sky for a few moments while we get back to the Jolly John and get out of this place. Oh, no, we can't do that. Kasimir, your clothes. You're not even going to have your new clothes for a few days still. We will have to return to
orange. Yes.
We will have to be return for them. I like that we got these loaners and we didn't even have to pay him.
It's true statement.
Hopefully he doesn't have some sort of Clothier mafia here to break our kneecaps when we get back without having paid. That halfling fellow looked very strong with his hands.
Yes. Are you guys going to gather up and... I mean, we'll assume that supply getting is easy day. Are we heading to back to the submarine and then heading upriver?
Yeah, I don't have any other reason, not to.
I mean, I'm sure there's a half drow would have no nefarious purposes of letting you simply sit and drink tea with him and go. But anyway, on the submarine, as we're going back, we renamed. I guess we've renamed Kyber's Wake into the Jolly John to an Andarian title.
Yeah, it's not freaking Learander's vessel anymore.
That's a true statement. It belongs to you. So the river voyage, it does take a little bit of time. It's going to take you're going to have a little bit of a faster passage. You're not going supersonic, but you have a little bit less concerns because you can come up and ride like a normal vessel if you really needed to, or you can stay in that deep cleft channel that really is what this river really is, and get as far up the river as you possibly can. So we're going to do this a little familiar style again. So there are a few things that occur while we're going upriver. So Kaz, while you were going up river, there was a moment where the JJ was the elemental had ran into something, and that something was attempting to tear it apart. And it was this massive mound of seaweed and moss and logs that had caught onto it. And then at one moment, it had just stood up and was trying to rip the elemental out of its rings. How did you prevent that from happening, Kaz?
He probably used his ability where he can knock things back, though. The I can't remember what it's called, the rune, the power push thing.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to, with the elemental's help, just channel that through the hull, doing the same thing he did before, where he got a hold of it and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna hurt." Put it on the hull, and then let some of the elementals power through and just use that, shove it. So it just kind of did a.
And you start cavitating and just shake the shit out of this thing. Nice.
It's possible that we ended up like totally like changing our axis for a bit, rolling people around like in their inside of a hamster tube here.
I think you're getting addicted to that shock, like fucking Dr. Eggman from the new Sonic movies.
It's like, it's handy. It's a role-playing game. Characters get one shtick that works. That's all you need. This is how it is. It's the name of the game. So you guys, again, the travel, you had this shambling mound. Let's be honest, we all know what it was. That was attempting to destroy. It was going to destroy the entire ship and probably devour the living shit out of the three of you inside of this place. As you have managed to move up the river, you've had to surface a few times. A little uncomfortable. At one point, you surfaced, and there was a massive assault from the shore by locals, and by locals I mean drow, hurling spears and atlatl and things at you. So, Ash, without getting off the sub, or Ash, what did you do to, kind of keep this going? Because the other one of you is locked into the engine room, or at least the binding ring, and the other one of you is locked onto the helm, trying to keep this elemental from tearing itself free and murdering everyone on board this thing. So, Ash, how did you deal with the drow assault?
Could I have used my mysterious mist to cloak
I
our
knew it.
ship?
I was hoping for the mist. I was hoping for the mist so much.
Yeah, you just kind of let it just come out from the vessel itself and surround it, and just then get resubmerged at a good point.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. It's fair enough, and it's keeping. Yes, there's a mysterious mist, and it's keeping with the rhythm. Outstanding. And speaking of, as you are navigating these waters, there's a few times where the elemental fought you, and as you nearing the end of the journey, the elemental is no longer fighting you. The elemental is begging you not to continue. Vane, well, how did you manage to just force it to push past that instinct and to continue going?
I mean, I believe these things are tools, and so if it doesn't want to go there, it doesn't have, it doesn't know what's good for it. Basically, it can simulate emotion, but it can't have any real emotion, as far as I know. So I think I would utilize. It's going to be a presence roll, I think, but I want to not reassure it, because I don't think these kind of things need reassurance. What I think it needs is like a firm hand to just reinstate my dominance.
All right. Let's have your Ike Turner roll.
Yeah, and I think Teleankara appreciates that kind of aspect to it as well, where we dominate the situation. So I'm going to gain advantage on this roll.
All right, and for the other two of you, I also need those rolls, please.
Rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing stuff. Would you need me to roll the actual spellcast roll or just the knowledge roll, or what would you like?
Yeah. No, if it's a spellcast roll, make your spellcast roll.
Crit! Oh my God, Ashen!
Oh,
Hey,
beautiful.
it's because
Nice.
nobody saw anything. It's because nobody saw anything.
Exactly.
It did it excellent.
Let's see if I can blow everything up, though.
Amazing.
No, they didn't blow everything up, but I did do it fear.
No, you did do it fear. Awesome.
So
Okay.
great. I'm gonna add morally great to this because it might have some sort
All right.
of
Goddamn critical.
That's so. That's the best
What
thing.
is
It is the best
beautiful.
thing.
Did you guys see
On
that?
the nose.
What? No. What?
No.
Literally no.
What are you
We're
talking about?
submerged.
Like we didn't feel the natives attack us because they couldn't see us or anything.
He's just gonna be walking around the sub, just kicking the deck plates.
Once again, there's plenty of drow stories now about the mist monster of the Riachi River.
There's like
you can be
half of
sure
a
that's going to spread.
shambling mound like stuck on top, just dead. Like,
Yeah,
and there's mist coming out. They're like,
The
it's
most
like, what,
deep-
this monster?
this is the most terrible vessel known now.
We just created
my
a new
God.
cryptid for them.
Jesus. Yeah. Yes. You guys have a new myth born. You might as well be the Black Pearl at this point.
Yeah,
But
we're basically awesome.
and Kaz, you got the again with the fear. Yes, you got part of a shambling mound stuck. So it's like every time the elemental runs through its binding rings, it's causing the slap against the hull as it's snapping bones and sinew of this creature. And finally, Vane, you bring it to a spot and you do your little peep check where you can come out and put the scope out of the water and you get a clear visual of the land of where you are, so you can continue navigating safely and soundly. And that is when you see the Emerald Claw air skiff moored up at the hands of the gods. And with that, we're gonna pull chalks.
So cool. I want to kill them all. I mean, I want to confront them in their evil deeds.
Let's switch.
That looks like my hand.
Yeah, it is. It's a dwarf
Nice.
hands, but not dwarfish. Let's transition over. Outstanding.
I like the one stumpy finger. It's perfect.
Yeah, see, we got through a whole session without fighting something, without being mean to people. This is amazing. We've grown.
We only got unsuccessfully drugged. Kasimir's blood was stolen, so he's fucked.
Yeah, it is what it is. Let's
That's
be
fine.
honest. Let's be honest. Things happen. I am going to leave this open because I'm going to log out. I'll leave it running for you guys because, as promised, we are going to continue the escalation of getting to the ultimate
Rocket forward.
revenge story. Hopefully, this is going to be a John Woo flick at the end and not a repeat of Horde at Stone Hill.
I'm so excited for us to blow up the world.
Yes. So I'm going to need you 3. And when Mega gets back, somehow I'm going to have to transport a level 7 Warforged to meet his level 7 compatriots.
Wow.
You guys are leveled up again with all of your interactions with the city. You've gotten through a lot of really good social ports. You managed to push your way through, and you did it without violence. I'm actually very proud of you guys. And you are 1 level away from tier 4.
Thank you very much, sir.
And that is going to be happening. I'm just excited to continue seeing how these powers develop that you have. But I will not dwell on this. We need to start getting out of here. So we'll start with Sendragon. Thank you for joining. You can say goodbye.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming. A great session. As usual, you can find me on Start Playing, but I'm looking forward now that we're going to have I think this is going to be the final confrontation with the Emerald Claw. They will not escape this time. We won't be able to defeat them. And probably the Ash will do it. I'm sure Ash will deliver the final blow, much to Railvane's chagrin.
He sure will. We'll all be unconscious, and then you'll do it, so we won't witness it.
Yep.
We'll just assume that they all ran away.
And he'll have his fog up around the entire thing anyway, so it won't really matter. No witnesses.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice.
I only perform
man.
well when you can't see me.
That's
the best thing that happened this whole session.
Very
It's the best thing
nice.
that's happened in 5 weeks.
Jesus Christ. Just amazing. Of course, it figures. Outstanding. Every time with that stupid mist. I like it. Rhythm. What do you got going on?
Yeah. Thanks for being here, everybody. We really appreciate all of you watching that do. It really is a fun game. I think you're having fun with it just as much as we are. You can check me out at X. You can find me over at Start Playing, where I host games over there. Got a chair or two open for one game if you feel like checking it out. And you can find me here Saturday nights doing Curse of the Crimson Throne, where I get to discover how they screwed up last night so I can figure out how to move us forward to next week. But yeah, I'll move it over to the Frost King himself.
It's me. You guys can find me all over Moonskull and Tales from the Dragon's Tavern on JT's Savage Talk channel, and my links in my link tree. And yeah, I'm gonna at some point, I think he's gonna get so used to getting shocked that if he's not getting shocked by this elemental, he's gonna feel like, just a minute, guys, I'll be right back. Run down. He's no longer going to be drunk. He's just going to be addicted to electrical, I don't know, impulses. Yeah.
I like this.
You go back there and just secretly shock yourself.
Yeah, just a little bit. It centers me. That's all I'm going to say. It's self-soothing-ish. Exactly.
Are you putting your tongue on the elemental?
No, gross. Just use my hands.
Yeah. Just fist the nuts. That's all.
Let's not make this weird.
Needs a firm hand to remain in control.
Oh man, let the record stand that I believe I started, and with that, when I was running Mummies and Mask, big cliffhangers. Chrysanth, new girl here, I see. Yeah, I promise I will have my Start Playing games up. You might notice I'm a little particular. I like to have a lot of drama, so I have to get things set for those games, and they'll definitely, when they come open, I'll flag everyone up. Yeah, there's nothing else I could think of, but yes, this is great. We're going to continue the acceleration, and it's going to get more interesting. And I really do look forward to the party getting a chance to get their revenge, because nothing sucks more than a pulp enemy who continually runs. Because they can.
They sure can.
This
time we blow up the airship first.
I mean, this is an airship. This is a skiff. This is just an air skiff.
Good.
So,
easier.
Yeah. It should be a little bit different situation. It should hopefully start ringing some bells like, oh no. But yes, yeah. And you head to thievesguild.games and click along and follow along what we're working on. The next setting is well underway. New missions have been released for Task Force Raven, and that'll be one of the Start Playings I'll be running in with that. And then the new setting is an expansion for Task Force Raven that takes it in a very interestingly new direction. We're adding a few things to it. Nothing I think of. Once again, everyone, thanks. Thanks for hanging out. A little bit different of a stream this time, and I enjoyed not having to watch these guys whoop someone's ass. So that is good. And we will see you with a full crew, maybe, next Sunday.